Hi there, this is Ranjit and I have the Samsung Galaxy A3 with me and we'll be doing the unboxing and have a first look at this device. And here it says that it has a Super AMOLED screen. The thing with this A series devices is that they are made up of metal. Just about 2 odd weeks ago, I had reviewed the Galaxy A5, which you could say is a elder brother of this device that has some beefier specs compared to this one. And let's talk about the pricing. The price quoted here on the box is 21,440, but this product is available in local stores for around 20,000. That works out to be about US $340. And as if you recall, as I mentioned in the A5 review, you are paying sort of a premium for this metallic design. It sports a quad-core processor, which is a Snapdragon 410 chipset. And the thing with A3 is that it has just 1 gig of RAM, and this is the device itself. We'll come back to this a bit later. Let's look at the accessories that we get. And we have the quick start guide, the USB power brick, which is a 1 ampere Samsung branded, and we also have the micro USB cable, the earbuds, and let me just show you this one also. We also do get this to put in the SIM card. Again, do note that it has a nano SIM, so you got to be aware of that. So this is the device itself. Again, one thing to note is that just look at here, it's a duos model. That means it supports dual SIM, but the implementation is pretty weird on these A series device. The first nano SIM will go here, but for the second one, you can either put your nano SIM or a micro SD card. So you got to make that choice. Let's open this up, and again, the back is not user replaceable, and it has a metallic build. Let's just take this out. I feel in the gray color it looks a lot better. For example, I reviewed the gray color for the A5, and but again, color is a personal preference. The rear facing camera is an 8 megapixel shooter. It has a LED flash. This is the speaker, and again, this is metallic. And if you notice, it has that chamfered edges. So actually, it looks pretty good. And this is a very slim device. I believe it's just 6 mm. Again, the battery is sealed. The battery is a 1900 milliamp hour battery. So let's power on this device and do the first boot and initial hands-on overview. By the time it actually boots, the speaker looks pretty loud, I would say. I'll give you a physical overview. On the top, we have the secondary noise cancellation mic. Here we have the power button, and these are the slots. As I mentioned, this is for the micro SD card or the second SIM, and the first one is for your primary SIM, which is again a nano SIM. On the bottom, we have the 3.5 mm headphone jack, main micro USB slot that will be used for charging this device, the main microphone, and here again the volume rocker. Again, in terms of build quality, it looks actually very good. Let's quickly just set this up. One thing I did notice is that it does not have the 5 GHz band, which the A5 had. So I'll just quickly set this up and we'll be back. Again, I don't like the fact that now Samsung is also moving to nano SIM. I prefer the micro SIM. Anyways, it is booted, and let me just quickly adjust the brightness. And as you can see, we have the auto brightness sensor on this device. I'll just accept that. And again, the screen size is a 4.5 inch screen, so it's a pretty compact device, but the screen resolution is just QHD. That means it's 960 by 540 pixels, not 720p HD. Let's now quickly look at the settings, and let's go to about the device. And as you can see, it's running on the Android version 4.4.4. That is KitKat. And regarding storage, it has 16 gigs of internal storage, but let's look at how much do we actually get out of that 16 gigs. And we get 11.7 GB out of that 16 gigs. We can also add a SD card to this device. So let's just go back. Again, we also have the ultra power saving mode with this one. And these are standard settings that we have seen. Let's look at the apps that are pre-installed on this device. And looks like not a lot of bloatware. We have a Samsung folder, just the basic apps, and we also have the radio. So we have FM radio functionality with this device. So good thing is that not a lot of bloatware, hardly any bloatware. So good to see that. And again, we have the touch type capacitive buttons. This is for the multitasking, this is for the back, and this is for the home. And the in-hand feel of this device, it feels actually pretty good. Feels pretty sturdy because of the metal. It does not give that cheap feeling. But again, as I mentioned, you are paying sort of a premium for this metallic build. And now regarding the configuration, it is powered by a 1.2 gigahertz quad-core processor that's based on the Snapdragon 410 chipset. It has 1 gig of RAM, the Adreno 306 GPU, and an 8 megapixel rear-facing camera, and a 1900 milliamp hour battery. And as we are actually connected, again, this is the TouchWiz that we get. As it has just 1 gig of RAM, it will be interesting to see how it handles this. Samsung should have put 1.5 gigs of RAM, considering that they have 2 gigs of RAM on the Galaxy A5. Let me just remove the auto brightness. Let me keep it on manual. And as we are connected to my Wi-Fi network, let's fire up the web browser. Let's go into the Samsung mobile site. Let's just go to rediff.com. And this is the standard keyboard that we get. And just went to the mobile variant. Let's force it to desktop. Again, if you notice, it loaded it actually pretty quickly. No issues regarding that. Let's just open up a random story. Again, if you notice, it's loading it actually pretty good. But again, I will be stressing this device and I'll try to play a lot of games and see how will it handle it, because it just has 1 gig of RAM. Now let's just fire up the camera and let's quickly have a look at it. It's an 8 megapixel shooter. And if you just go to the settings, by default it's at 6 megapixel, and as you can see, it's in the 16:9 ratio. If you go to 8 megapixel, it's in 4:3. Let's just use this itself, and we have the tap to focus. And let's just take a few more snaps. Let's quickly have a look at this. And the picture quality actually looks pretty good. But I will be testing this a lot more. Let's just go back and let's look at the video. And for video, yes, it can record in full HD, that is 1080p. So let's just go back and this is the front facing camera that we have. Hi guys, and again, it is a 5 megapixel shooter, as you can see, and in widescreen it goes to 3.7 megapixel. So I will be testing the camera a lot more because the camera performance on the A5 was actually pretty good. So overall, I would say it looks like an interesting device, but again, I feel that you are paying sort of a premium for this metallic build, considering the price is around 20 or 1000 and the specs are just mid-range-ish. So that's it for now for this very quick unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy A3. If you have any specific questions around this device, do post them in the YouTube comments and I'll try to include them in my review. Thanks for watching this video. This is Ranjit and I hope to see you in my next video.